Hi everyone, I am Suraj. So in the first task we have given to test with the API of the Flickr. So to test it, first we have to sign up in the Flickr, as I have signed in, and we will get one key and one secret, and by using that in the postman, as you can see here, we are calling the method Flickr photos.getPopular, and I am passing my API key, and this is my user ID, and my format will be JSON, and no callback will be false. So if I send a GET request, we will get our page information here. As this is a newly created account, so there are no photos here. This is an empty array. So in the second task, we are given to implement the OAuth functionality using the Postman API. So for that, there is a documentation for the proper flow of the calling of the APIs. So by using that, first we have to, in the authorization field, we will select the OAuth 1.0, and here the consumer key will be the key given by the Flickr, and the secret will be this secret given by the Flickr. So this is set, and if we normally call that send a GET request to it, we will get this error that OAuth callback is absent. But if we pass OAuth callback as in to a random URL, here it is example.com, and callback URL is example.com. So we will get a authentication token and authentication secret. So this will be useful for later stages, and by using that, we will send a authorization token into this API, and we will pass a GET request. So by passing that, the output will be HTML form, and if we see preview, it says it is not available. But if we paste that URL in browser, we will get back to an function. So this is the example.com, and the example.com, we will get one authorization OAuth verifier, and if we pass that OAuth verifier to index access token, then we should get back the response successful. But here we are getting that verifier is invalid. So I believe this is some problem, and this is status process for one unauthorized. So I believe it is some problem from Flickr only. So the second task I could not complete. So coming into the questions, here we are asked to differentiate between the HTTP call and JSON response. So basically HTTP call gives us the parsing of URL, and we can get it by parsing the URL in Python or Node.js. But for JSON response, the response of the website can be outputted from the API. There is API or not, so we can get the response in JSON format irrespective of the APIs for that website is available or not. So second question is, what is the most important field and failure points in the response? So for response failure point, the status code of 400 to 499 assigned for client error response, and for server error response for 500 to 599 is assigned. Next one is, if we have to automate the API's response testing as a Flickr employee, what are the criteria you will choose as a successful validations? So for testing the APIs of the Flickr, we can send invalid response code or invalid response header to check if the API calls are passing or not, or we can test with by API timeout, or there are many authentication fields are available for the API in the Flickr, so we can manipulate it by sending the wrong or invalid API authentication field also. And next one is, we have asked to automate an API call using Python library. So for Flickr there are many Python library available, but I have done it using Flickr API. So I have first installed the Flickr API by using pip, and I have assigned API key which is given by Flickr and API secret which is given by Flickr, and I have stored a variable Flickr which in the form of JSON format, and from this Flickr I have extracted the photos of this is my user ID, and the purpose is the photo assigned will be 10. So I have extracted the photos and I have stored in S, and I have printed it. So if you run the function, so as I have no photos available, I haven't uploaded any photos in Flickr, so the array is empty. But if there are any photos, the photos will be shown here. So this is the task for part 1. Thank you.